Well, good morning, YouTubers. Bill and Florence here. Doing a couple of Boston butts today. What I want to do is I recently replaced my old exhaust pipe with a larger pipe. I replaced a 3-inch with a 6-inch. I wanted to see if I could move a little more smoke out of my smoker because I felt like I had too much smoke sitting on my meat, so I just thought I'd try it. This is not a knock on the builder, the manufacturer. It's a great smoker as far as the way it's made. A lot of steel in it, and I'm pleased with it. It's one of my improvements on it. No knock on Texas Original. They build a good offset smoker. I just want to establish that to start with. You know, everybody when they buy something, they do upgrades to it and improvements or in their own mind. But this is just in my opinion, so take that for what it's worth. Anyway, I'm doing a couple of butts today. I'm from South Carolina, and we in the Pee Dee area. Pee Dee meaning from Columbia, Sumter, Florence, Williamsburg County area, Lake City, Kingstree, Hemingway, in that area. We like vinegar-based barbecue. I know most of the rest of the country calls it pulled pork. We do a little different at the end of the cook. In pulled pork, you put the rub on and all the seasonings come in the rub. And here, we cook the barbecue, and this is the same thing as pit cooking a whole hog. Inside up and shoveling hot oak or hickory, pecan, hardwood ash, red hot ash under the hams and shoulders this past Christmas. And I did it the same way, only I didn't have this smoker then, but I used, it's kind of like a Weber Smoky Mountain, but it's an older version, probably 25 years old. Some of you have this little smoker. I got it originally to do turkeys in. It's kind of like the same concept as the ugly drum smoker or pit barrel cooker. You can take the water pan out and all the lower grade and just put the charcoal in the bottom. You grate up top and shovel red hot ash into that door there, and you can get the same effect. To me personally, you can't replace that flavor of juices coming out of the butt down into the hot coal, and then that flavor coming back up into the meat. I know the offset smoker, it cooks it good, it smokes it, but I personally would like a little less smoke flavor and more of that. You may say it's the same thing, but the greases, the fats dripping down into that ash and that smoke going back up in the meat, you can't replace that. So what I've done, and may conflict with why did I buy an offset smoker, but what I've done is I've started out my cook in this little smoker over here. I'm going to go about 4 hours in that, and then I'm going to transfer my butts over here to finish the cook. We'll see how it goes. I just wanted you to know what I was doing with it and why, and it may turn out like I'm expecting, and it may not. But so I'll check back in with you a little later. Well, my temps are getting down a little bit. I'm keeping them up to around 250. So what I've been doing is burning some pieces of wood in here and with the lump charcoal and shoveling them. Might be a lot of trouble for some of you, but I just wanted to make sure I captured that flavor. Sprinkle it in there just like you would in a pit. Here's that. Get a little bit more. I need to get some more wood going. I'll be transferring the butts over to the smoker a little bit. That's all it takes, just a little bit. Got some B&B charcoal lump oak lump charcoal from Academy Sports. I'm gonna fire up. That's pretty different from the Royal Oak. It's like bigger lumps, but anyway, it's oak. You know how it works. Plus I'm preheating some wood up here, and I'm gonna be burning that too. I'm gonna be putting my butts on my smoker in a little bit. I know this sounds weird, but I just wanted to make sure I captured that flavor. Okay, with 2 hours and 40 minutes into my cook, I'm gonna spritz a little bit. Some apple cider vinegar, that's what I like to use. Sometimes I'll put a little apple juice in it, but I didn't have any. Apple cider vinegar will do good, and it gives it very good flavor. Some say it doesn't flavor it, but it does. It really does. Looking pretty good. Later. Okay, all right, it's been 4 hours and 14 minutes. I've transferred these butts over to my offset smoker. Just spritzing again with some apple cider vinegar. We're gonna close her down about 4 hours or so until we get to 195. You can see it's at 147. I'm gonna use these. It's come back down, but it's been running up there in the 275 range, and it's climbing right back up. So we'll watch those and meet thermometers and get up to 195. My temperature has really been holding and doing good. Clean smoke since I put this new 6-inch stainless steel exhaust pipe on the grill. Had some help from my uncle. He did a great job welding it. He was a professional welder by trade, retired, but it's doing a good job. Again, no fault on the cooker manufacturer. This is a very good smoker, good steel in it, and I just did that as my own upgrade. You know, you don't have to do that, but just like buying a motorcycle and putting new pipes on it, no fault to them. That's just something I wanted to do. So, and so far my temperature is really holding, and I've got good clean smoke, as you can see. So that's what I wanted, and I'll check back with you guys in a little bit. We're about a little over 4 hours into the cook, and got 2 Boston butts going. Still in Florence. I just want to say one thing. Since I put that new 6-inch pipe on there is no problem with those temps getting up to 300. I mean, in a hurry. Come back around here, you can see that right there, sitting on 300 and climbing. And this one's on about 260 climbing. I even swung this back a little bit, turn off a little bit of that exhaust, and I've got this damper. I mean, there's a good fire going in there, clean fire. I got that damper back probably about a third. Very pleased with the ability to get my temps up. I mean, before I struggled to get them up to 250 and hold it, but now, wow, well, I think it's made a big difference. That's like 25 inches of stack. Like I say, 6 inches of stainless steel elbow, and the rest of that pipe, I measured it out. It's about from along this area here in a straight line, it's about a 25-inch riser of 6-inch pipe. It's painted black, but that's stainless steel. The reason I got that is my uncle was able to get it for me. Guy had it hanging around, and we got it for nothing. So that's why I went with that instead of just ordering some 6-inch black steel. It looks a little different, but man, the airflow is great. So check back with you a little later. While my butts are on, I'm back in the kitchen. I'm gonna make up a barbecue sauce, and the one I go with, I just put it together myself, but I use some that I purchased from the grocery store, Piggly Wiggly here in Florence. But I like Prosser's. It's a vinegar-based barbecue sauce. It is really good barbecue sauce, vinegar-based. Then any hickory smoked store-bought sauce will do for the other part. I use 25% of that and then 75% Prosser's. I'm going to put about a cup of this in. We'll start right there. I'll just finish off what was in this jug. It's a little more than a cup probably. And that's the hickory smoked barbecue sauce. It's Sunny, made by Sonny's. There we go. I'm doing this with one hand, so with my phone, so I don't have expensive high-tech equipment. I'll go with 2 cups to start with here. And I'll be using this at the end of my cook. I know a lot of pulled pork people just have barbecue sauce on the side, and that's fine. You know, everybody has their own way of doing things. I'm just showing you my way, as somebody else said, and I'll stir that together, and I'll have enough the other seasons, the salts and the peppers and all the other things. I did use a rub this time. I don't normally use a rub. I just salt down the butt and put it on, and baste it with spritz it with the apple cider vinegar during the cook. This time I did use a rub. It's one I put together, and I think it's the Monkeysee Rub off the internet. I just went online and I looked at about 8 or 9 or 10 different rubs, and they all have pretty much the same ingredients, except for right at the end it has about 8 of the same things, and right at the end, you know, you add a couple more little things. But if you look at them online, you'll see the ingredients that I'm speaking of. This will be my barbecue sauce. I'll stir that up and put it on a low heat, and then that's what I'm going to put on the barbecue after I take them up. By the way, if I didn't say before, the Sonny's comes from Sam's, and the Prosser's it's made in Murrells Inlet, South Carolina, and we can get it at the Piggly Wiggly here in Florence. That's about the only place we can find it without going down to the beach, Murrells Inlet, to buy it. I've been preheating the wood on top of the firebox, and I saw that on other videos from the guys who are experienced. They know what they're doing, but that's how you learn, right? I've been preheating my wood today on this cook, and boy, does it make a difference. It immediately catches fire, so it's ready to go. That is a good tip. It brings your temps right back up. I'm right back to where I need to be. That thing had dropped down to 155. Of course, I had a good bed of coals in there, so just another affirmation that preheating the wood makes a big difference. And I've got them wrapped now. I've got them up to 160 on the meat thermometer, and so I wrapped them. Didn't need any more smoke on them. I cooked a little hot, probably closer to between 275 and 300. They've reached temp 200 degrees, so I'm getting ready to take them off, and you'll see what I do with them next, the PeeDee style. This was about an 8 pound. The other one's close to the same size. What I do, you can see it falling apart, is make a few cuts in the meat. That South Carolina PeeDee area, from how we used to do it, you pour apple cider vinegar, and it looks like you're ruining it. Don't worry about it. You give it a good dose of that. Then you white it with salt. Looks like you're ruining it, but you're not. Then you black it with black pepper. Black pepper's good for barbecue. Time you mix it all up, it ain't gonna be a big deal. Then you red it with red pepper. And it won't be too hot. Like I said, looks like you're ruining it, but you're not. Then you take your sauce and work it in. Well, I just put my sauce on. I'm one-handed with my camera. And you just work it in and cut it up like you want it. And believe me, all of these flavors will blend together and you'll have a wonderful barbecue, PeeDee style. And I'll show it to you after I'm done, but isn't that pretty meat? Hold on. Okay, I cut some fat out, trimmed the fat, and mixed it up, cut it up. That is a pretty pan of barbecue, South Carolina PeeDee style. You do it like that, I double dare you to try it. Remember, when you take it up, you don't let it rest. You unwrap it, you cut up, make some slices, pour the vinegar into it, white it with salt till it's white, black it till it's black, red it till it's red, and then put your barbecue sauce and cut it up and mix it up. I'm telling you, that is some good barbecue. But you can't find this when you get out of the South Carolina PeeDee area. Everybody else does it a little different. But I loved it like this. Alright, try it one time. Alright folks, there it is. 2 Boston butts. I started out on the little dome smoker over there. After 4 hours, I brought it over here and finished up 4 more hours. Well, actually 2.5 more hours. Thank you, mad scientists, for letting me watch you manage your fire, because I wondered how in the world could he put a little small piece of log on there and it maintained 275. Mine was not working that way with that small 3-inch exhaust pipe. But since I put this new pipe on, I can do it just like that. One little stick of wood. Once you get your base charcoal down there, one little stick of wood will maintain it, you know, until 45 minutes or an hour or whatever it is. But it does make a difference, and I was right. That was my customization. This pit is a wonderful pit. They make it good. You can look at it and tell it's made real good metal. No knock on them. It's just my motorcycle and I'm putting new pipes on it. That's all it amounts to. And so, hope you enjoyed the cook. And here's my cue. And it is good stuff. And I dare you to try this South Carolina PeeDee area style barbecue. Later.